Hey, hey. So, I know last week I didn't actually say anything because I was too insecure to talk into my phone while there were a bunch of other university students around, especially when, like, in the University of Buenos Aires plus BU Letras, the majority of them speak English. And I was like, I am not ready to expose myself to that kind of vulnerability to strangers, some of whom are attractive, others of whom are not. Anyway, so I really wanted to talk this time, especially since Weezy and Sharifa just posted really cool, artsy, creative videos that I will not be able to match, but it's fine. Um, yeah, so this past weekend I went to this province called La Rioja, which is really cool. It's like literally the middle of nowhere. My friend from Arizona kept saying it looked exactly like fucking Arizona. It looked exactly like Arizona. Um, so that's fine. Um, if that gives you any idea what it looks like. We also went to this place called Valley of the Moon, which is beautiful. Like they got these like there are these rocks there that like form in perfect spheres, and it only happens there for some reason. It's the only place in the world, and I couldn't really hear what the guide was saying, but it sounded really interesting, so that was fine. That was really cool, and it was really pretty. Um, and I somehow managed to not get any of it on video. But I am surprised going to Chile this weekend, which is a plane ticket I bought today, which was really terrifying. Um, yeah, and I still don't really know what I'm doing there, but that's another issue. Um, but yeah, I'll be sure to get some video footage there, I promise. Also, I might be going to another province called Mendoza the weekend after that, which is really good for wine and stuff. La Rioja is really good for olive oil, according to my host mom, so I bought her some olive oil. And Mendoza is, yeah, really good. It's supposed to be really, really good for wine. Um, And yeah, I'm not usually this well traveled. The first 2 months being here, I did literally nothing. Like literally nothing. Except I went to Iguazu, but that was like the only thing. Because I really wanted to like hang out and like get to know the city first, and I felt guilty like going to other countries when like I barely knew the city. But the past few weeks, I've been like mostly staying at home or going places that are walking distance. So I've been like walking around the city more. So I feel like I know it better now. And now I'm traveling. But then also I have these friends from my UBA class who like suddenly want to hang out with me, and I'm like, where were you like 3 weeks ago? Because I keep having to like turn down their invitation. Like, like how did I go from having zero plans to having too many plans? Like I'm very very confused as to how this happened. But anyway, um, Sharifa, you asked about like what you learned about yourself in university, and I totally agree with you. First of all, I think that like you do like going to university, you do learn a lot more about yourself than you learn about any other subject, and I think the reason for that is that you're learning like you're really learning about other subjects in terms of yourself, and you're learning how to separate those two things. Like conversations that I've had with my friends have been about how like um, in high school and like just children in general, like young people, it's very very like everyone is self-centered, and that's something that you grow out of. Like little children have no framework for understanding anything outside of themselves, so they're just very self-centered because that's all they know and that's all they understand. And I think that like when you get older you realize that there are things outside yourself and there are things outside your universe. um yeah, that said, so I feel like in some ways I've learned everything about myself, and I've grown in so many ways since being in university. Like the people, like what I like to do, even, or like who I like to surround myself with, and like what I want to do with my life, and what I like to do on a daily basis, and like my daily routines and everything. And all that stuff sounds really obvious, but it was stuff I like had never really articulated before. Um, and something that I've been thinking about recently is or like something I thought about this past weekend is how, like, just like a little tidbit of what I think that I've learned about myself since being in university. I think that self-confidence is something that you perform as opposed to something that you achieve. Because I don't think that, like, I think it's very fallacious to view self-confidence as like a be-all end-all when, like, it's an extremely fluid concept in reality. Similarly to authenticity, like, I am my most self-confident, like, I'm performing self-confidence when I raise my hand to answer a question in class and I know that it's the correct answer. Or I'm performing self-confidence when, like, I put examples when I like gave my host mom olive oil from La Rioja, right? Because she told me about it, and she was like, "Yeah, they have really good olive oil there." So I remembered that, and I was like, "Oh, I'll buy her some olive oil," and like that was really considerate of me, and that's like a persona that I'm confident embodying, and so that was like also self-confident of me, and I was performing self-confidence there as well. So I don't know if any of that makes any sense. And that will be my philosophizing will be my artistic contribution for the week. Yeah.